Okay, time now is 12:52 afternoon on April 26th. Um, yeah, I slept from 5:30 to about 12:30. Woke up by an alarm. Yeah, it's bad. I woke up really late. I slept very late and woke up very late. Um, Better than 5:50 though. That's for sure. But yesterday was semi-productive. I did finish a film. I did do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but still tough because I didn't do anything for my homework. So I really need to do that. I really need to write my religion class paper, and then after this paper, I can take a rest because I don't actually have any finals to deal with until a while later after this paper. But I would love to start working on the film paper because the essay film paper because I want to like go crazy on that shit. I want to go crazy on that paper. But yeah, today should be interesting because I'm going to see Liam and Sunny at the Spock, aka Click 2 House. And then there's a good chance I will be going to Ethan Go's film set as an extra at night. So, definitely interesting things are happening. Um, yeah, gonna be a long day. Don't know much about, being productive, etc. And I may or may not go to Christian set because last night, me and Maisie, and by last night it was like 3 a.m. in the morning, and me and Maisie were texting in the group chat, and I was like, "Are we going to Christian set or not?" And Maisie's like, "I don't know. I mean, I'll be in the areas anyway, but I'm not like invited or anything, so I don't know." So I took that as a no. I took that as a okay, well, going to set may not be a very good idea actually. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's a little late though. Like it's about to be 1 p.m. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm liking this eventful day. This eventful day seems to be eventful so far. Um, and yeah, I might eat lunch outside. Who knows? But yeah. Uh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Er, I was gonna say something. I forgot my dream. I think I had to build something myself. That's all I remember. I need to create something, or no, not even that. I want to be somewhere, and I have to create it myself. Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know though. I think I'm a little scared of Sunny, and also scared of the idea of going for Sunny because it just feels like such a rush. It's just like, but then again, it's like it all came from. I feel like let's not count Mary because Mary was a time of like delusional. But like both Leslie and Jaren are cases of they reached out to me a lot first, and by that I mean they DM me a lot on Instagram first. That's how it all started, and yeah. But it's all very natural. Like I run into Leslie a lot on campus, and I ran into Jaren in the 310 screening, and yeah. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. But then again, I have nothing to lose. I'm about to graduate anyways, so yeah.
But I'm also just impatient. I'm like, this is taking too long.
Yeah. I just like it's weird because like, hold on.
No, but I don't want to win. Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna.
So,
There you go.
oh my god!
That was on you.
This is serious.
More, get more slack. Yeah. Get more slack. Yeah. Ready? Yes, baby. 1, 2, 3. I'm someone that calls you, but basically.
Okay, time now is 2:33 a.m. in the morning. So fucking late. But today has been a really long day and very eventful. Very eventful indeed. I mean, where do I even begin? Another interesting day. Goddamn. 20 days away. I'm 20 days away from graduation, and I'm lucky enough to have another interesting day. The day started off with me waking up at 12:30, and suddenly I saw a text from Christian in the group chat, and me, Maisie, and Christian. We should have a trio name. We should have a fucking trio. We are the trio. You know how 310s and like 310s and 508s of trios. We are the trio. So our trio name is I don't know. But anyways, the group chat. Christian was like, nah, just typical Midwesterner, you're chill. Because Maisie's like, oh, this one guy seems mean to me. And I was like, I was prepared not to go to the set because why? What's the point anyways? And Maisie was like, so Enoch, when are you going? And I'm like, wait, so we're going now? And Maisie's like, yeah. What do you mean you're not going? I was just saying that I'm not needed there. So I'm like, fine. So the meeting between me, Sunny, and Liam were at 2 p.m. But I left my place at around 1:40-ish. 1:45 maybe, because I was eating breakfast. And holy shit, my video is gonna take 5.5 hours to export. This is ingenious. Yeah. But yeah. Where was I? Right. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be late to the meeting with Liam and Sunny just so that I could show up to Christian's set for like 3 seconds. Which is such a ridiculous idea. Like when I was going out and walking to the Dash bus stop, I was still thinking maybe it's a dumb idea, maybe I shouldn't do it, but then I'm greedy, I have FOMO, I want to see Christian and Maisie, so I'm like, fine. So I went to Dash Bus F, I took the bus, hopped on, listened to music, and suddenly someone tapped my shoulder and sat down, and I looked, it's Garrett. So I put down my music, and Garrett was just like, how are you doing, where are you heading to? I was like, I'm going to a set, but it's complicated. I'm not really invited. I'm just showing up for like 3 seconds. Turns out Garrett's going to work because, as it turns out, he's working at Whole Foods at downtown LA. And apparently he's been employed since October last year. And I'm like, okay, well, getting the money. And he's like, yep, that's the life. So that's pretty cool. The people you run into on Dash Bus, you never know. Because Maisie ran into Sunny on Dash Bus, speaking of the two. So anyways, arrived at RZC, I got in, and Maisie was a little later. It's so crazy because I was looking at Instagram stories, and I think last night, or maybe this morning, Maisie tried on her septum piercing, and I've seen a lot of people with septum piercings, everyone from Colin to Cheyenne to Riley to Finn, Liu have septum piercings. But there's something about Maisie whom I've never seen Maisie with a septum piercing before. Something about her doing it just like, ooh. That really hit the spot. That really hit it. So, and then I saw Maisie in real life, and it's just like, haha, awkward. Just kidding. But it's just really funny. We stood around, and then Christian came to pick us up and to bring us onto set, and I showed up to set, and I saw it looked fine, it looked great. I met Pranav, the director, and then I'm like, cool, and then I just left. I walked really fast from RZC to the village, and I told Liam I'll be there 2:20 to 2:25-ish, and I showed up at like 2:35. I was so fucking late. And they said meet up outside of Trader Joe's. I was outside of Trader Joe's. I don't see anyone. So for a moment I'm like, damn, they ditched me. They dislike me. Okay. And then I'm like, wait, I gotta walk around. I called Liam and Liam's not picking up. So I walked further and I found Sunny and Liam on one of the couches in the middle of the village, which is disgusting. I don't like sitting on those couches. They don't wash that shit. So I showed up, and it was incredibly awkward. Sunny's just there solemnly looking at her phone with her back against me, like against Trader Joe's. I'm like, oh my god, that's her. And then it was a Liam on a call with someone else. I'm like, hey, Sunny, how are you doing? And she's just like, she looked really bad, and she just like nodded and looked away, and I'm like, damn, I feel terrible now. And Liam got off the call, and then they talked a little bit, and they discussed. So Liam decided to do a performance art again, and this time he's gonna wear flowers. He's gonna wear a suit and have like flowers, or like a shirt and have flowers stuck all over him, and it's to represent sexuality. I guess. I don't really know. And then at some point I realized, damn, I am not invited. I'm not doing the flowers thing. And again, that's one of the reasons why this felt really illegal, is because I don't do performance art that much, nor do I know what am I doing with Liam and Sunny to begin with. Like, I have nothing to do with them, actually. And so, yeah. So it just feels like a dumb excuse to see them. And they were talking to each other. Sunny's barely making eye contact with me. Which, again, I feel like I don't want to read too much into it. I don't want to tell myself, oh, Sunny dislikes me, you know. I don't think she even thinks that much of me. Maybe she isn't doing eye contact with me because she's just not used to strangers. Like, she's a more shy, introverted type of person. Even though Sunny goes to raves, goes drinking, and probably does drugs like a mad woman. I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, she's still struggling with, like, socializing, which I too, you know? So, you know what? Fine. So I actually stuck closer to Liam. And then Sunny's like, I'm sorry, I cannot think right now, it's too hot. So we went to Trader Joe's, and they started buying flowers. And again, I was like an idiot. I just, like, followed them around. And they're talking about flowers, and I realized it's kind of awkward for me, so I chimed in occasionally, and I asked some questions, like, oh, so you're gonna wear this on a shirt? Like, are you doing this whole bit now? Like, stuff like that. And then they're like, okay, let's go back to the Spock, which is the name of Click 2 House. And then on the way, we walked through the campus. That's when the tension started to resolve. Because me and Sunny and Liam, we started brainstorming newer ideas for the showcase. I also have certain ideas from my own performance art. Yeah. So, yeah, we brainstormed some ideas. And at some point it was Liam, or maybe it was Sunny, who was like, yeah, let's make a shrine. Let's make a hate shrine. A shrine of hate. And then someone, I think it was Sunny, who was like, Sam Altman. Like, let's make a hate shrine for Sam Altman, the guy who made OpenAI. And then this idea blossomed into a whole convoluted idea of, okay, we're going to do research on AI and how it's negatively impacted people. We're going to turn it into a collage, this epic video collage, and then we're going to build a shrine, a cardboard cutout of Sam Altman, and then we're going to ask people to spill blood on it. That part was sort of my idea. Like, let's make the audience interact with the shrine and like spill blood on it. And so we arrived at the Spock, and we saw Anya and Rachel Barris, they were just casually just working on their laptops, just typing some stuff. It's so interesting to see other people living in their spaces as they're living in their spaces, and not, hosting a movie night or doing something. They're just living. And it's so interesting to see Anya and Rachel Barris just living in their houses. Just typing words and listening to music on the laptop. And then me and Sunny and Liam were having this discussion on AI. And it was so interesting because I feel like a lot of Click2View meetings, I have a more like sardonic, ironic attitude. But today it was more like serious and personal and intimate. And I also wanted to like switch. Like, sometimes I'm just full on trolling mode, and sometimes I'm like serious. And today I decided to be serious. And I'm glad things softened up. Like Sunny, I can still tell that Sunny's not. Liam's more comfortable with me, hilariously. Sunny's like okay, talked a little bit. But Sunny started like giving me tasks, like, okay, Enoch, how about you edit this? And then like, yeah, let's brainstorm some ideas. And then we talked, and it became a productive meeting. And Sunny mentioned how, she's in a bad mood today because she went to bed at like 7. She fell asleep at 7. She went drinking with friends, and then her friends started throwing up constantly all over the night. She dumped them. She ran out of this house, woke up in someone's couch, ran out of this house, and walked back home hungover at like 12 at noon. And she felt terrible. And then she shortly came over to Trader Joe's. So absolutely chaotic lifestyle, basically. Leslie levels of chaos. Leslie levels of chaos, giant levels of connections. And also turns out Sunny just dumped someone 10 minutes ago over text. That's why she's in such a bad mood. So again, it feels like whenever I start to get close to someone, I start realizing that they have their own lives, and their own lives is so gargantuan and complicated that it completely eclipses my own life, which feels way simpler in comparison. And it's like cosmic horror, basically. It's like eldritch horror. It's like, how can I compare? It's every person, every single human being is so difficult to tackle. It's so different from secondary school, when all I know about her is also all she knows about me, because we come up together. But now, especially in the later years of college, it's just like everyone has a whole lore, a whole thing going on, a whole storyline, and I want to get close to her, and then turns out she has like 200 other things going on, especially given that she just dumped someone. So I don't know, Sunny's getting a little scarier and messier. It seems like, and Sunny doesn't look glamorous today, which again makes sense. She woke up hungover, she felt like shit, she slept for like 5 hours, she just woke up. So she looked not glamorous at all. Unlike Giant, when she saw me in Hong Kong, But yeah, I mean, we met up, we talked. I saw Anya do the laundry, and yeah, and then eventually we left, and we went to Taco Bell. Sunny ordered Taco Bell with Liam, and then I followed them, and I'm like, should I also get Taco Bell? And they're like, yeah, we can talk. So I ordered a whole meal, and it's only $10, and I couldn't even finish it because it's like a Supreme Crunch wrap plus a taco plus a burrito plus cinnamon twists plus a drink, and we talked, and they just waited for me to finish my meal, and we talked. But that was probably the nicest part because that was when us three really got along. We talked about our teenage selves, and it got slightly personal. We talked about how crazy we used to be, and I learned a lot more about Sunny. So Sunny used to be, from day one, Sunny has been a weird girl. And Sunny in middle school was a huge weeb. She saw Danganronpa, and she would cosplay them or like pretend to be the characters, and yeah, she also talked about how she dated a League of Legends player in high school, and that was a dark time of her life. And she also plays a lot of games, and she plays The Sims, and she downloads all the freaky mods where all the characters are naked. She also briefly mentioned at the spa, she briefly mentioned how she also had a previous boyfriend who was very evil, literally a demon, and then Anya knows about it. Anya's like, yep. And I was like, do I know this person? And they're like, no, and it's better if you don't. So Sunny has this whole ass history, which makes sense. I mean, Sunny is someone who goes out all the time. So again, at some point I realized that at the age of 23, even if I'm talking to a lot of like 20, 21-year-olds, a quote-unquote normal 20 to 21-year-old girl probably already have had multiple relationships, and me at 23 have had 0. But then again, accept this. I'm learning to accept this. Yeah, we continue talking, and yeah, Sunny has been a weird girl the whole time. She's into crazy memes, she's into, she's into playing Osu. We talked about video games for a while. We talked about Minecraft for a while. And like talking to Liam and Sunny, I could feel that there was a slight age difference. Even though we both grow up with, you know, the early Minecraft, like the golden age of Minecraft. But for me, it was way younger. For them, it was a little bit. For them, they were even younger, right? And there's a slight age difference because they talk about using Discord in the late 2010s, and they're pretty young. I didn't use Discord until the pandemic, and by then I was like 18, you know. And yeah, also a slight difference, the fact that they're both American and I'm not. But yeah. And then after Taco Bell, and we shared some cinnamon twists, and then after Taco Bell we walked to Ralph's, and at that point it was a little bit of a sketchy time period because I agreed to go to Ethan Go Shoot as an extra. I'm like, fuck it, why not? It's gonna be fun. And even though the shooting time starts at 7, apparently they're organizing a carpool and they want to pick me up at 5:45. So at around 5:30, we started heading over to Ralph's. We walked over to Ralph's, and I thought to myself, if I walk to Ralph's somewhere nearby and then part ways with Liam and Sunny and then walk back to this place, change my clothes, and then immediately get picked up and go to Ethan Go Shoot, that would be great. And that's exactly what happened. But yeah, what else? I think that's it. Sunny's really interesting. Interestingly, I'm not like super obsessed with her yet. Maybe not ever, but But then again, the first few times I've met Jayun, she's interesting, but I wasn't like intensely obsessed with Jayun until mid-August last year. But I do have to admit Sunny's way more interesting than I thought. And definitely someone worth exploring, talking to, even though she seemed very dangerous. Yeah. But I told Sunny, when you read the script, or like before we even read the script, let's have a phone call or something. And she's like, yeah. So it's not really a confirm nor deny thing, but I'm sure if I ask her for a phone call, she'll probably say yes. Especially after today's meeting. I think today's meeting made her more comfortable with me. So I think, I don't know, if I text her and ask for a phone call, I think it could work. I don't know why at 23 I'm still overthinking a phone call, but I should be more comfortable with phone calls now. So anyways, walked all the way back to my place, and not even the normal way. Went to Ralph's and then the long way, and then in 3 minutes, took a piss, changed my clothes, went out. Mia is here. Mia's son, and then 2 other people, a white guy and an Asian guy. A car drove us to downtown LA. We arrived at some penthouse in a fancy ass apartment. And then all these people, Jaeyoung's girlfriend, who I've never seen. She looks like Mona Lisa, and she's also as tall as, if not taller than Jaeyoung. She looks Asian, and she's also like really funny for some reason. She's like a meme girl, very extroverted, which is hilarious. And then I saw Alex Lee. Alice Liu showed up for like a tiny bit. And then Jordan. Jordan is here as PD. And then, who else? Bien was here as producer. Ethan Go showed up. And then a bunch of random people I've never seen before. But yeah. So it's very interesting. And I sat down and I chilled. And then, of course, Jordan is a sole PD. And then Ethan, I was joking around with Mia. I was like, oh, if they call me for help for art, it's jump scare. And then the moment I said that, Ethan Go was like, Enoch, you're being called. So I helped Jordan set up some string lights and set up some prop food. No, they're real food. They're like chips. I did a little art. And I swear to God, I know Avihai's set is my intended last set, but somehow by accident, this is like kind of my last set. But maybe it doesn't count. I don't know. But it's a joyful last set. Very chill vibes. And I was being an extra the whole time, just not doing much. So I ended up just talking a lot to Mia-sun. There was a part where we both drank our fake wines and looked out at the views, at the buildings during sunset. Very beautiful view. And we just talked. And wow! Even though I saw Sunny today and I wish we had more time to bond, but for some reason, it ended up being me and Mia who was really, really bonding. And we just really hit it off. Our conversation really flowed. It was amazing. We just talked and talked. And she's more extroverted, but she's also really different from me. But we share so much. We're both graduating. We're both Asian. We talked about our Asian names. And then we talked about graduating and bittersweetness of graduation. I think I touched on something a little personal, and that really opened her up more. Just talked about, like, not knowing what adulthood is, and transitioning out of college life is just so scary. And then a little while later, we went back to the couch sitting area of the penthouse, and we talked about, someone said job market, and I'm like, the J word, and I'm like, the J word and the G word are forbidden. They're like scary. And she's like, what's the G word? Girlfriend? And I'm like, no, graduation. But I mean, girlfriend is scary too. And then Mia, that opened a can of worms. Mia asked me, so how's your love life? And I'm like, we're asking that now. Fuck, I don't... First of all, people never ask me that. Second of all, this is gonna sound depressing. So I just told her, well, I don't have much of a love life. And she even told me, oh, Ethan Go told me that he had a situationship, blah, blah, blah. So I asked people this. And I told her I don't have much of a love life. And she's like, oh, that's okay. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you know her. You probably do. And she's like, oh, so there's someone. So I basically told her about Jiayun. Easy peasy. And also because it's like, I'm going to graduate soon anyways. I don't really care if people know. And so she knows Jiayun, but she doesn't know her that well. Jiayun is too cool to show up to the APCAE board meetings, as expected. But, you know, Jiayun is the head of writing department, and Mia is head of communications, aka she's the person who sends out the newsletters over email. So I basically mentioned how we got really close, me and Jiayun, we talked. Again, like, because, like, my idea of dating and my idea of love is just very distorted, and I don't know what love and dating is. As far as I'm concerned, I and Jiayun never officially dated, obviously. But we got close, and I don't know if it's romantic. At least it felt romantic on my side. But objectively speaking, though, if a girl calls you in the middle of the night and you talk for hours and you text every single night, and she even came all the way from Shanghai to Hong Kong to visit me, that's something. That is something. Even in early September last year, Jiayun calls me in the middle of the night saying, how about your Blu-rays, like, at your place? Maybe I should come to your place. Why would she say that? And Mia's like, I think Mia called it a situationship. I don't think it is, but maybe it is. I don't know. But Mia's like, oh, that's crazy because something similar happened to me too. There's this guy that Mia really liked, and Mia was studying abroad in Europe, in Paris, and this guy flew all the way to Europe to see her, just to tell her that they're just friends. And that made Mia cry all across Europe, crying to her. And I'm like, that's evil, that sucks. And I think Mia mentioned very randomly that, oh yeah, so my parents are shocked that I'm in college and I've never had a relationship. And I don't know if I'm hearing this wrong because I refuse to believe it. If other people have never had it, I've never had it, and it's fine. If anyone else in this world have never had it, I'm like, really? So I'm like, huh. But you know, we really bonded, and me and Mia, we continued to joke around. We sat together, we're really close, and then we added each other on close friends. We looked at each other's Spotify music, and we just got really close, and just over one night. And it's so ridiculous how well we just like click with each other. And the thing is, like, she isn't artsy. She isn't like quote unquote weird. I think she called herself weird, but I'm like, at least I'm not seeing it. But we clicked off really well, and she is a little bit attractive, but I highly doubt this is like a viable, you know, future for me. But it's just a strange phenomenon, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, we soon wrapped, and we left. I came back here, and that's it. Okay, it's really late. I don't know what else to say. I have this whole religion paper. Oh my god. And tomorrow I'm gonna have a haircut, which I'm really excited for. Okay, so last night I had a 1-hour phone call with my parents. Talked about the plan, the schedule for the LA trip. And excited, but also scared. But that week is going to be crazy. In fact, next weekend is going to be fucking crazy. because it's a Click2View showcase, and it's also the APCA banquet, and there's also a crazy bar crawl before the banquet, and I might join because I'm crazy and low-key excited. So yeah. Okay, time now is 12:51 afternoon on April 27th. Yeah. 19 days, bitches. 19 days. Yeah, kind of crazy. We're down to the 20s. We're down to the 10s. I slept from 5:15 to about 12:20, but which is, again, I hate that I'm going back to 5 a.m. sleep. I fell asleep on my chair last night. I didn't know I was that sleepy. But yeah, I oh god. I couldn't fall asleep. I don't know why, but my sleep today was really, really rough. And I woke up multiple times in the middle. Maybe it's partially because it's really cold. I don't really know, but it was just a really, really rough sleep. And I was thinking a lot about Sunny and also my interaction with Mia last night. Just, yeah, it's kind of crazy how... And even Mia said so. Mia's like, I'm only meeting all these film people like in my last semester, and then I'm gone, and it's kind of crazy. And yeah, Sunny too. I think Sunny, I mean, I met her last semester, but still, I didn't really get to know her until recently. People just come and go, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. Today I'm gonna go on an adventure to the east, to Monterey Park, to have a haircut, and then maybe gym, but I figured maybe not, because I have a whole religion class paper to write and finish. I also need to start looking for jobs, right? Oh my god, I need jobs, I need OPT. I'm kind of scared, honestly. I should be more scared. So I'm gonna continue asking around for jobs, etc., and see how is everything gonna go. I think I should start with like looking for jobs that I seem to like working for, like Academy Museum and Criterion. I don't know if they're hiring, or like some theater related jobs like American Cinematheque. I think would be great. And yeah, so I'm gonna start really, really looking, and yeah. Again, hopefully my school gives me the OPT I-20 as soon as possible. And then I think aside from that, not much else. Gonna be a crazy weekend. Gonna be a real crazy weekend. I should buy the leather choker as soon as possible because I really need it this Sunday. I can't believe it's a Monday right now. It still feels like weekend. Oh, gotta go to bed. I want to go to bed at 3 a.m. I know that's gonna be really tough, but I kind of have to. Like tomorrow, I have to wake up hella early, and we have to do this karate thing, and I want to be awake for that. So, yeah, but I can't wait to have a haircut. This hair has been such a nuisance, and I can't wait for it to change. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, time now is 2:18 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, today has been a day indeed. an okay day, I must say. Yeah, we're only at 18 days away, actually. We're not 20 days away from graduation. We're 18 days away, and today, yeah, I woke up by an alarm. Terrible sleep, though. Goddamn. And, I didn't do much after I woke up. I quickly ate breakfast and lunch, back to back, so basically one meal, basically brunch. It's the leftover Taco Bell Crunch Wrap from yesterday, plus the 2 steamed buns. And now I associate Taco Bell with Sunny. It's just like so weird. Sunny just oozes this like trash, like fuck it, I'm just gonna eat some disgusting shit, like kind of girl. It's just like so Leslie coded, but like maybe even worse than Leslie coded. Like I don't know, I'm kind of scared. But yeah, eventually around 3 p.m. I left my place and took on an epic journey. I took 2 buses. I missed bus 38, so I turned around. I went back to my place to get my jacket, and I went to bus 37, and then it was a nearly 2-hour bus ride, or actually 1 hour and maybe an hour and 30-ish minutes. No, it was still pretty much 2 hours because I left at around 2:50 and I arrived at around 5. So that's actually more than 2 hours, but anyways, I made it to Monterey Park and I went into the barbershop that I always go to. But by always, I mean I've only been there like 4 or 5 times. I think 4 actually, because the last time I went to that barbershop, it was actually early May last year, which is a whole freaking year ago. And that's so interesting because last year, summer, I went back to Hong Kong and I had a haircut, and then I just let that stay until December when I had another haircut at my brother's host family in Seattle. So really, it's been a whole year. So I went to that haircut place, and they speaking English to me. I tried to speak Cantonese. A guy came up to me and started speaking Mandarin. No, I said to him in Cantonese, I actually came here a long time ago, and then he spoke to Mandarin. He spoke to me in Mandarin, asking me to wash my hair, and then so I had a hair wash, and then I asked him in Mandarin, "Is there someone here working by the name of June?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, she's over there. You just have to wait." And I'm like, "Sure, I'll wait." So that's great. I was gonna try to find the card. I can't find it, but I remember the name. So I waited for a little bit, and then she came over and cut my hair. And it was fine. She actually remembered. At first, she still spoke Mandarin to me, but then after talking for a little bit, she remembered who I am. And then we had the haircut. And honestly, I was nervous. I was a little worried that my hair was going to turn out bad. But I think I've had so many haircuts. At this point, I realize no matter if it's good or bad, unless it's really bad or really good, it's probably going to be in the middle range. And as long as my hair quality is in the middle range, whether I look good or not is more up to my style and my confidence and my clothes. So I learned to not worry that much, so I just let her do her thing. I showed her a photo of my haircut all the way last year, and she's like, "Sure." And then she cut it, and it does not look like that at all. And I'm like, "Can the top be shorter?" And she's like, "Sure." So now this is it. It doesn't look great right now. Again, every time I have a haircut, I feel like I don't look great, mainly because I think I'm just not used to having different hair. But I'm sure in a few days it's gonna grow out and it's gonna look better. And it's really short. Like the hair right now, this is really freaking short. But I think it's good because by the time I get to Cannes in mid to late May, it's gonna look better. I hope. So, yeah. So next weekend, Click to View Showcase, graduation, mid-May. Literally, this is the look. So, anyways, that's that. I took two buses back home, and I returned home at around 8. Went to the bathroom, and so on and so forth, and just so much to do. So freaking much to do. I had barely done anything about my essay, which is a little worrying. But, yeah. The only other thing was Maisie texting in the group chat, talking about how she kept seeing Tristan. So she ran into Tristan. Like, Tristan walked in her general direction a while ago, like yesterday. And then today, Monday, she is the TA for the art directing class, and people are presenting their visual diaries because it's the last day of class. And someone's visual diary had Tristan's photo in it. And then it's just this really insane thing because Maisie didn't see Tristan for 4 months, and then suddenly she saw him 5 times within a week, which is really alarming and strange. And I'm like, something's fishy is going on. And I recently posted my short film on YouTube, and the ironic thing is, in the first minute, Tristan's also there, and with Maisie in the same shot, and that's really fucking scary. I could go back and delete the scene. First of all, it's already posted on YouTube. I can't do anything about it. But I could, like, delete the scene. But it's already there. Come on. And the film's supposed to have, like, an evil aura anyways. But yeah, I told Maisie about it. I'm like, sorry. If you watch my short film, just skip the first minute. And she's like, no. Oh, no. And then she watched it. And then she's like, oh, well, I mean, it's not that bad. He's just in the same frame, but but at least my outfit looks good. And I'm like, yeah, it does. And then so Maisie, oh my god, thank you. Maisie posted on Instagram, reposted my short film on her Instagram, which is so crazy. Someone as talented and as amazing and as connected as Maisie posting my film? What? Incredible. Incredible. All of Maisie's friends are gonna see this. And she even posted with the caption saying, everyone go watch this movie because in the first minute I was dressed in this amazing outfit. I played Sexy Alan from Smiling Friends. I don't watch Smiling Friends. I don't know what she's referring to, but that was her costume. She looked good in that Halloween party, and she literally just posted about it. So that was nice, and then that's pretty much it for today. Yeah, I feel okay. I'm a little worried that I wouldn't be able to finish everything. I cooked dinner, and I realized, because when I started making dinner, it was already like 1 a.m. and I literally didn't do anything. I get the pork chop that I cooked like 2 weeks ago, mac and cheese, which is already made from Ralph's, and then spinach plus a little salad dressing, all in one plate. Boom, boom, boom. Dinner's done. Yeah. I also wrote a final paper for my internship, which I think a lot of people won't do this, so I bullshitted like a 2-page paper, because I think no one's gonna read it anyways. So yeah, I think everyone's gonna just use ChatGPT to write the essay, but I'm not. But I'm a good bullshitter. And then I bought a leather choker ring on Etsy, which I wish I had done earlier, because it's going to take a while for it to come. I want it to come before the showcase for Click to View, but there's a good chance it won't, but I'm hoping that it will, because it's coming from Pennsylvania, and it shouldn't take that many days for it to come. So I'm really, really hoping that it does come as fast as possible. If not, I might have to buy one on Amazon and then return it. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't know. When I ordered the leather choker, I was like a little, ooh, this feels illegal. I feel like I'm out of character. I feel like I'm doing some weird shit to myself. But then not too long later, Tavishi last night told me that she's not coming to the Click to You showcase because she has to leave early and go back to India because her mom misses her. And then today she mentioned that she's getting a tattoo. She's like, a tramp stamp or sternum. And I don't know these terms, man. I'm not a tattoo guy. Look at me. I'm not a tattoo guy. So I'm like, I don't know. But I like to question why. She's 6 years younger than me. And, you know, I'm not against tattoos. I'm just curious, like, why? And she's like, well, because it's fun and it's artsy and I like needles. Which is such a teenager response. And, you know, I really have to remind myself, she's 6 years younger than me. She talks like this. It makes sense. Or actually 5 years younger than me at this point. But still. And, I was just like, okay, you know, there's a studio at Little Tokyo. And she's like, oh, Baron? Nah, I like to go to small artsy tattoo studios because I like to support small artists. And I'm like, okay, sure. You're the expert. But yeah. And I was like, well, just don't do anything you would regret. And she's like, I mean, if I regret something like that, then that means I don't have a lot else to regret. Like, there should be more stuff in life to regret than that. And I'm like, okay, you do you. People have tattoos. Jiren had tattoos. Wouldn't surprise me if Leslie had a secret tattoo. Sunny has this beautiful, like, tattoo on her chest, on her shoulder. Just one half, really. And I'm like, sure, whatever. I'm sure if Cheyenne showed her back to us, it would be covered in Bible verses or some shit. So, people do be getting the ink. And the fact that I got piercings, albeit very subtle, means, you know what? Someone else getting a tattoo, me getting a piercing, they're all the same thing anyways. So, in hindsight, leather choker, that's nothing. That's literally nothing. So I'm excited. And then yeah, speaking of Sunny, I'm happy that I'm not worried about her at all. I'm roped up in this fuck AI project with her, which I'm really happy about. And I'll be seeing her in the showcase. I'll be seeing her this Thursday. I'll be seeing her in the showcase. We can talk a little more here, talk a little more there. And, yes, there's a sense of anxiety, like, oh, I'm going to graduate without a girlfriend at all. But at this point, I'm just thinking to myself, if I can have a phone call, if I have a damn good phone call with Sunny. The thing is, like, you know, with all the people I've hung out with, not just girls, but like people in general, me getting vulnerable in front of them is really rare. But when it happens, it's like magic. Like when I got, like, when we bonded, when I and Mia bonded, Mia's son, it was just very random. It just happens. I didn't plan it. And also me asking to hang out with Christian and then Maisie joining the trio. And, I don't know, a lot of these things are just very magical and sudden. And Kaylin and Audrey, I mean, I feel like I wasn't super vulnerable with them. Neither was I with Mia, but I don't know, we still kind of bonded in a way. And I don't know, if I can recreate that bonding moment with Sunny, even though she seemed like a genuinely psychotic person, I don't know. I feel like I'd be proud of myself. if I can just do that one thing, just bond with her, get to know her, and then maybe she could get to know me. If that one thing can happen, I'm already really happy. Really, that's all I'm really asking for. And then of course there's the 4 possible things that could happen, like phone call, hang out, movie together, inviting her to my place. I don't know. But first and foremost, I wanted to get to know her, and yeah. Yeah, next, tomorrow is the last school week of my undergrad life, which is extremely cursed and fucked up, and I don't know how to feel. I just want to enjoy every single day. Yeah, I want to enjoy every single day. Tomorrow, fuck it, I'll get boba, I'll go to SCA after my 2 classes, and I'll just read and draw. But I'll enjoy the campus. I'll enjoy the campus. I'll walk around, I'll run into people, I'll say hi. And then same on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday, it's, again, I'm going to be enjoying it. I'm going to be having fun. I'm going to be eating outside. And, yeah, I'm going to... yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, again, a small part of me wants to go crazy and, play a persona and scare people away. But, interestingly, right now, my main goal is just to have fun and just enjoy it, really. Doesn't matter if I'm playing persona or not. I just wanna, like, be free. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's because, maybe it's a coping mechanism. Like, I'm getting close to graduating and suddenly I'm just, like, very accepting of everything. But, like, I'm grateful. Like, Maisie and Christian, me, the Click to View people, to an extension, the Woos people, the Woos gang, and then, just now, last night with Ethan Go, etc. It's just kind of, I know them, they know me, and I've changed a lot, and yeah. Yeah, I went to Cannes Film Festival, I went to Cams Fest a couple times. I got to help out on 2 480s, PD1 310, work on 2 310s, the other one being Reese's Zemeckis 310. I've tried. I've had my troubles with Jayun, but I grew up from that, and I tried. And, yeah. Not too bad, I guess. Yeah. Okay, time now is 9:41 a.m. on April 28th. Oh, this is the last Monday of classes in my undergrad life. Fuck. I slept from 5:15 to 9:25, and yeah, mission failed. I tried to go to bed earlier, but I just couldn't. I finished watching the Romanian film. But yeah, I just can't. Again, my goal is 3 a.m. tonight, so hopefully I'm tired enough to do that. But yeah, I don't even know what to eat for breakfast. It's so goddamn cold. It's so goddamn cold. I don't know. I gotta go to bed at 3 tonight. I gotta go to bed at 3. At least the last week of school, I needs to have my sleep schedule finally fixed. Like, I've been waiting so many weeks to do this, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I might eat breakfast at school. Like, yeah, I genuinely don't know what to eat. I genuinely have no clue. Yeah. Yeah. Genuinely have no idea. I didn't work on my religion essay that much. I didn't look for a job yet. I was so unproductive yesterday. Yeah, you know, maybe I should just stop watching the movies. Maybe that's what's stopping me. That's what's ruining things. Yeah. Okay, time now is 11:45. I haven't had dinner. I'm gonna make dinner like right now. Oh my god. I'm so tired. Um, yeah, so today is the last Tuesday of class in my undergrad fucking life. I've come a long way. I remember day one of this semester, and you know, I recorded it, like I remember every detail, every face I run into, and now kind of the same. I'm going to recall every single tiny detail of everything that happened today. I woke up and I decided to have breakfast at school because I don't know what to eat for breakfast. At this point, I just don't really know. Oh shit, you know what? I'm gonna buy some food from Wii. Okay, alright, I bought some food just now. Yeah, I don't know. I woke up, I felt terrible, only 4 hours of sleep. Again, it's just so sad that I'm down to my last week and I still haven't really fixed my sleep schedule. I feel like I've come close. Like, the last couple of weeks I tried really hard to sleep at 4. And oh my god, now we are already 4 hours away from 4, so I'm gonna try to be fast, but definitely tough, because there's just too much to do. Yeah, today I went to religion class, the last religion class, last religion 334. I even double checked on my phone to see if we actually have class today, but we do. I arrived at class, I walked to the bus stop, didn't run, and I arrived at SCA and I bought a chocolate croissant, I ate the croissant, and then I went to class, and yeah. And class was fine. Everyone showed up. Almost everyone showed up. And we did a little Kahoot game, which I didn't win, and we talked a little bit. And then that's it. And class ended. I said thank you to the professor. I left. And then I quickly went over to Doheny Library because today for the complet class, we're actually holding the class at lecture room 240 at Doheny Library, which is the horizontal lecture room, which I've been to actually because a couple semesters ago, this Hong Kong film professor presented about In Mood for Love in that room, hilariously. And I went to that room, and today we are looking at this karate master, this karate master talking about his life and what karate is, and then demonstrating. And holy hell, I was so sleepy I started dozing off. But I was like, well, there's a difference between accidentally dozing off and then like just letting myself go. And that's what I did. I sort of just let myself doze off, and I blinked really, really fast, and yeah, it was bad. But I was sitting in the very back, so hopefully it wasn't very obvious. And then we all stood up and did the karate demonstration, the training. Everyone in the class were asked to stand up and do the moves, and so we all did it, and it was fun. I did it as well. It was kind of goofy, but it's all in good fun. And so class ended, we all left, and then I don't know why, but during religion class I actually felt stomachache, which is really weird because it's chocolate croissant. Maybe something's in the croissant, but I got a stomachache. But I managed to suppress it, and so by the time I reached the karate demonstration, I didn't feel anything. So I walked to Pot of Cha. I bought myself boba. I walked back to SCA, and yeah, that's when I ran into Garrett when I was leaving Taper Hall. That was interesting. Again, I run into people like twice, constantly. So I saw Garrett a couple days ago. I saw him again today, which is so funny. And then I ran into Cheyenne and Julian. And we were across the JEP house near the main entrance of USC, and we just stood there and talked. Which again is so nice. I just think like Cheyenne and Julian feel like very unapproachable, distant, mysterious people, but they're just there, and they stopped for me and we talked, and again I just feel really blessed. I don't know, but we talked. Cheyenne was like, "Are you going to the meeting?" "Oh, never mind. I just remembered you're not part of the CAN team." And then we just talked a little bit about like, I asked them how's the CAN team doing, and they're like, "Yeah, it's fine. It's a little all over the place." Apparently they were discussing what name should they give themselves, and they had some terrible ideas. People were trying to be classy in French, while Cheyenne and Julian, and maybe some others, wanted it to be more memey, wanted it to be more like jokey and funny, because it's not supposed to be that serious anyways, and I support that. I also thought of making it very meme-like when I did it last year. So that's pretty cool. I also texted Camden about staying one more night at CAN, and then I told Julian and Cheyenne, and they're like, yes, we'll discuss that today. So anyways, I walked to SCA. I went to the couch, and then some people started joining in to the couch. Like, there are 2 individual couches and 1 long couch, and then 2 more people joined, and then 3 started talking, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I went to the table near the screenwriting department. I sat down there, and then suddenly I heard a professor say, "Man, I wish he could move so that we could use that table." And I'm like, okay. So I packed up everything, and I went to the 2nd floor. I also saw Josh O, who said hi to me. Went to the 2nd floor. I went to the little couch area, and then just chilled. Spent a whole hour drawing. I tried to draw Maisie, and I also tried to draw Colin, because I've decided that I want to draw Colin for his birthday, which is coming next Monday. But basically I'll be giving it to him on Sunday night. Plus keychain, which I'm not going to buy anything. I don't know what to buy for Colin, first of all. Second of all, I don't know what would be a unique thing to give Colin other than some of the leftover Hong Kong keychains, or like, yeah, keychains, stuff like that that I got a long time ago that I didn't give to everyone. So that's that. And then and then I read a little bit, but I was really tired and I wanted to leave. At around 4 p.m. I left and I went downstairs, but I'm like, there's no way. This is literally the last Tuesday I'm gonna be at school, and you know, this isn't enough. I need to run in someone. And lo and behold, I ran into Ethan Go at the SCA courtyard, and we talked a little bit. Ethan Go was like, he's preparing for the white model for the production design class, which he's in right now, which is pretty cool. And then I turned around and I saw Colin literally sitting there on the opposite side of the SCA courtyard, just on the ledge, and with green hair. And yeah, and so I talked with Ethan Go a little bit. Ethan Go left, and then I talked even more to Colin. I spent like maybe 20 minutes talking to him. I just want to talk to him, and it's such a rare scenario for me and Colin to be just alone. It's actually really rare. Usually it's with a bunch of other people, like the Bears twins and Rachel Shin and Leandra, etc. So it's really rare for this to happen. So we just talked, and we didn't have like a deep personal talk or anything, but I sat down and we just talked about life. He said his hair is green because every time something bad happens to him, like if an interview went wrong or he lost a job, he's going to change his hair color. So I'm like, lol. And then he talked about just the job market now, and then like things being bad, and also next semester he's producing a 480 and is also taking 20 units. And then while speaking to Colin, I saw Maisie in a distance walking away and then walking back, and then I didn't get to say hi, and then she disappeared. And I think I saw Finn Liu sort of like showing up for a little bit and then disappearing, just running around. Every time I see Finn Liu, she's always running around, or they're always running around. And then Asir showed up and then joined our conversation for a little bit and then left. And then, yeah, so, wow. And then Colin was like, okay, I'm going to grab a snack at Coffee Bean. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to head out. So I headed out, took a bus, went back home. And while I was taking the bus and while walking back home, I felt tranquility. I felt a great sense of hope and peace. Well, maybe not great, but like somewhat a sense of hope and peace, which is so nice. I've never felt this way before. I think maybe partially it's just a coping mechanism. Like, oh, my school life is about to end, so biologically I'm gonna naturally start just enjoying life, because that's just a natural reaction, I guess. My brain is secreting serotonin or something, because it's like a natural reaction. But genuinely, I felt good today. Today was satisfying. Got to meet so many people in one day. And yeah, I feel okay. I feel like I'm known by all these cool people. I feel included, and I feel, yeah, So anyways, I wanted to go to the gym. I wanted to go home, have lunch, and go to the gym, but I was too tired. I almost forgot that I slept for 4 hours a day, and instead of going to the gym, I fell asleep on my chair, and I don't know how long I napped for. Maybe 20 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. But that kind of fucked up my schedule, and now I'm running out of time again. So I truly don't know what to do. Regardless of movie or no movie, finishing the essay or not finishing the essay, I have to goddamn fucking go to bed 3:30. If I go to bed 3:30 tonight, wake up 11, that gives me 7.5 hours. That's nice, man. That's nice. So, yeah, that leaves me about 3 more hours to have dinner, have a little dessert, and then, yeah, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up and yeah, I still have to work on several things, like finishing version 3 of my script. I've also been texting Ariel and Ryan Rigor and Glenn to organize a test shoot, and everyone's availability is like fucking. Everyone's so busy. So it's really tough, but I'm sure I can work something out. And, yeah, gonna film a thing, and then also working for Liam and Sunny's AI thing, like the against AI thing. And, also, yeah, just still thinking about texting Sunny or calling Sunny. I don't want to rush this, but I also feel like I shouldn't be scared. Like, again, I feel like after Jiren, I was so exhausted from, like, love. But I think that exhaustion also meant that I'm more nonchalant. So I'm not that obsessed with anyone right now. And I think that's great. I'm just gonna, like, fuck around. I'm just gonna, like, mess around. I want to get to know Sunny regardless of her being someone of interest or not. I want to speak to her more anyways. I want to get to know her more anyways. So I'm going to speak to Sunny, and I think for Leslie and Jiren, a lot of it was me being scared of being rejected, and me being scared of being seen as stupid or dumb. And I think for the case of Leslie, it's very much true. Like, Leslie thought a lot of people are stupid, but Jiren was much nicer. Also, post Leslie, I gained confidence, and I think I came off more confident with Jiren. But I was still, very emotionally dependent on her. Like, at some point over summer last year, I was just, like, crying a river over her, basically. I think with whoever I like next, which there's no way of predicting, really, I won't be as emotionally attached, but I just feel like it's probably a good thing. And, yeah, I don't know. What am I gonna say? I feel like I'm not. I don't care as much. It's not stressing me out that much. Because I know if I set a goal for myself, like, I have to kiss someone by right before May 15th. That's the deadline. That's gonna stress me out, and precisely because I know that's gonna stress me out, I'm not doing that, and I'm relishing in simple human connections, and, yeah. But yeah, very nonchalant. It's like a dance, I think. I don't know, I think I'm learning how to build relationships my way. I can go online and search how to make friends, how to get close to a girl. I can talk to other people in my life and ask for advice, but at the end of the day, everyone has their own way, and their own way suits them. I am slowly finding my own way, right? And a lot of my way isn't barging into someone's life. I think that's not the way, anyways. But some people do that. And then some people are just, like, distant. But I think for me, it's kind of a dance. And you kind of have to, like, feel how much the other person wants to know you or less. And right now, Sunny just, to me, she feels like she's too busy to even think about me. But I don't think she dislikes me or finds me annoying at all. And I think it's okay if I, like, call her whenever she's free, whenever she feels comfortable. Call her, talk to her, just feel the waters, just test the temperature, and see where she's at mentally, and sort of, like, and then just be flexible from that point onwards. You know, just let's see how it goes. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be like, because I don't have a lot of time left, but also because she's introverted. She hangs out in parties all the time, but at the same time she's actually quiet. And which is so different from Leslie and Jiren, may I remind you. And I also have to kind of take the lead here and be like, hey, let's hang out, and, you know, maybe you're an interesting person. So I feel like it's a dance, and this dance may fail, it may work, maybe somewhere in between, but whatever it is, and, you know, fucking hell, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but regardless, I feel, sometimes I feel really pissed that, you know, I lament over the fact that, oh, I don't know what it's like to date someone in college. You know, being together in classes and club meetings, being together on campus, blah, blah, blah. Truth of the matter is, even if I had dated Jiren, even if that was somehow a thing, we won't be seeing each other that much. Because I don't even see her that much in the wild. She's not even here. I haven't seen her in like 3 months. So it wouldn't have mattered. Sure, leaving college is like dying, basically. But at the same time, it's like, it's not gonna make that much of a difference, I think. I think that's very important to know. Okay, dinner time.